Hi guys, welcome back to yet another episode of the PS2 Collector, episode 67. And guys, at the moment we have 420 games down into the collection. So on this episode today, I'm going to show 4 games this time, not the 5, because one of my games is still missing in the mail. Roy Mail, sort yourself out because you have been trashed lately. Anyway, 4 games on this episode today, and one of them is one of my favorite racing games of all time. So let's see what we've got this time on the PS2 Collector. Right, so let's begin with the first game of this video. Game number 421, and that is Super Buster Move 2 for the PS2. So this game is an easy pick up and play puzzle game. This game is a mixed bag. I've got to admit, it is a mixed bag. It does have a solid gameplay. The challenge mode is really good. The 2-player is where it's at. Very solid, very fun, and it does get very competitive. The replayability is endless because you can create your own puzzles or even challenge other gamers to complete your puzzle. So I do like the fact that it does get a bit creative in that aspect. However, what lets this game down is its cheap presentation. I do understand that it was a budget game, but the voice acting and the way the game's presented is very, very annoying, especially with the voice acting. It does get annoying, but it does not put you off whatsoever. And if I had to recommend this game, it would be for anyone who does easily enjoy puzzle games or want to play an easy pick and play. This is where to go. And guys, this is game number 421, Super Buster Move 2 for the PS2. Right guys, so on to the next game, game number 422, and that is Atari Anthology for the PS2. So this is a huge collection of classic Atari 2600 as well as arcade games at the golden generation of video games. So 85 games are in this collection. Imagine that. I only paid £4, so you're essentially paying £4 for 85 games. That is good value, and it comes with legendary titles such as Gravatar, Millipede, Super Breakout, Video Pinball, Yars Revenge, Warlords, and many other classics. And this game was definitely made for those early day gamers, basically the first gamers ever. And for me, I do like games like this. This shows how far gaming has come from these games from the 70s and 80s to the AAA GTA games. It just shows how far we have come. And if it wasn't for these games, definitely gaming won't be what it is today. And the main thing about this, it is going to be frustrating. It is severely outdated, but it is an endless fun of classic games. So the main issue that's going to be concerning, because you got to understand, these games ran well on an Atari controller, but on a PS2 controller, the inputs are going to be frustrating. But if you look past that, you can have endless fun with 85 classic games. 85 games for £4. You can't argue with that, people. You can't argue with that. So, if you do enjoy cool 80s classics, this game is definitely for you. And guys, that's game number 422, Atari Anthology. Alright guys, so on to the next game, game number 423, and it's up there with one of the best simulation games ever made, and that is Richard Burns Rally for the PS2. So guys, there's some people that love this game, and there's some people out there that despise this game so much. So let's cut to the chase. This game is known for being extremely difficult. It takes realism and the sport of rally to another level. Playing this game on an original DualShock controller is extremely punishable, because you must precisely do the inputs the correct way. If you put too much pressure on the inputs, it causes you to crash out, and it just gets annoying. So annoying, in fact, that the best way to play this game was with a steering wheel controller. Imagine that. You have to buy a steering wheel controller to enjoy this game and get the best experience out of it. And many people did enjoy that aspect. So, his competitor, Colin McRae, if it was up to me, if you gave me a choice of which game is the better game, I would easily pick Colin McRae, because that balances the realism and the arcade style right down the middle, and it makes it fun to play. Whilst this game here is all about realism, and the physics is spot on, so you can't make any mistake, and you must listen to the navigator. You must understand the sport of rally. So this is where the divide in the fan base occurs. So for the rally enthusiasts and the massive fan of rally, this game is a must play for you, because you will enjoy this game. However, for the casual gamer, getting into this kind of game will be frustrating. However, it gets you up to scratch with the sport of rally and how difficult it is. It's not about just driving around a path. You must understand the gravity, the heat, the direction, as well as the navigator's instructions. So, do I recommend this game? I do, because how fun it can be and should be. But it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge for the rally fans, because they enjoyed this game. But for the casual gamer, I'll say give it a go. You might like it, you might not. It's entirely up to you. So guys, that's game number 423, Richard Burns Rally for the PS2. Right guys, so on to the final game of this video. Now this game, people, is one of my favorite arcade racing games of all time, and that is the original Need for Speed Underground for the PS2. What a game. This game was inspired by the Fast and Furious movies. You could see it straight away. This game, as well as those movies, were part of pop culture at the time. And for me, this game took street racing to another level, because when it came to customization, the amount of things and the amount of options that you have at your disposal to customize your car is ridiculous. You can put neon, decals, bonnets, rims, you name it, they have it. Another thing, the soundtrack, the licensed soundtrack in this game. Wow, I wish I can play it, but for copyright purposes I can't. But if you play this game, you know exactly what I mean. The soundtrack takes this game up a level. And for me, this game brings back loads of memories, man. I remember in that tunnel, customizing car after car. I spent most of my time playing this game, customizing. The street racing, let's get to the racing part of it. This game looks beautiful. It has aged really, really well. I like the fact that it has that street grunge, it has the nighttime aesthetics, the neon aesthetics. Love it. The weather physics, it looks amazing. When you press that nitro button, you can feel the speed. And for me, the career mode is quite decent, but not great. There were 4 types of racing in this game. There was sprint, drag, drift, as well as another one I forgot now. But yeah, there's 4 types of racing in this game. And for me, they could have added a bit more to it. However, they did enough in my opinion. The negative in this game, as I grew older and wiser, this game did become repeatable. I do understand it. the levels, especially story mode, it was just playing the same levels over and over and over again, and it was just a different type of race. So for me, if they added a bit more seasons, a bit more different levels, it could have made this game even better than it originally was. But for me, for nostalgia reasons, one of my favorite racing games of all time. Is it my favorite Need for Speed of all time? No. For me, that will always be Need for Speed Most Wanted. However, Underground set the tone for this series and made it really good and at its peak. Nowadays, people, nowadays racing games is trash. Simulation games like Forza and Gran Turismo have taken over. Arcade racing game in today's world is really bad. We've only got Need for Speed Unbound. I played Recreation the other day. I'm thinking, how on earth have they ruined the arcade racing game genre? I don't understand. And when Underground came out, that era of racing games we will never see again. Burnout, Need for Speed Underground, Underground 2, Most Wanted, and there was many other racing games out there at that time like Juiced and Crime Race Syndicate. So there's so many options out there, it was ridiculous. But in today's world, with Need for Speed lacking ideas, lacking innovation with Unbound, I'm thinking Need for Speed, go back to the source. Why don't you remaster this game? Just remaster it and let the modern day gamers get into the series again. But no, you want to try the same ideas that don't work, and that's where your failures are at. Go back to the days and take inspiration of what made you successful. So guys, run over. This is game number 424, one of the all-time greats, Need for Speed Underground. And what a way to go. This game, man, awesome. So guys, 424 games down into the collection. We are slowly approaching 450. And guys, make sure you stay tuned for next week. Take care.